Good afternoon, Africa. Good afternoon, African Confessions. I am back with another episode. There is a message that I want to share with you guys, and the message reads like this. Hello, African Confessions. Brother Nashi, I am a girl and I work as a taxi driver. So the person that I work with is a woman, and we all work as women. We only do night jobs, meaning that we were working as prostitutes and we were working together in this work that we were doing. So we used to drive these cars. They are more like Ubers in our country. So what we used to do is that we would park these cars somewhere around the clubs in town. Then when people want to drive back home, if they are too drunk to drive, then they can hire us. But before we met this lady who is our boss, each one of us, we were into this prostitution business, but we were all doing these jobs like in different places. Like I was a prostitute in the village from where I come from. We were given our own apartments after we started staying with this woman. She was quite a nice lady. We were first sent to driving school and we got our licenses, and our lives changed for better. That we leveled up and everything was just going great. But each and every night, that lady will tell us to go to the nightclubs so that we can continue with the work that we were doing as prostitutes. Each and every time when we were in the nightclubs, busy doing our prostitution business, whenever you have a client, after sleeping with your client, she wanted you to give her all of the money that you would have worked for. So our boss was the one who was giving us these clients. After a couple of months, Brother Nashi, this woman bought us cars. I mean, the three of us, each one was given her own car. She said that you can use this car as much as you want to, but just make sure that when it is daytime, you don't accept anyone to hire you. You just make sure that you can only accept to carry clients in your car when it is evening. So she said to us, if you are driving in your car with men, you are supposed to sleep with that man that will be your client before they reach their destination. In the beginning, when she told us this rule that we were supposed to follow, it was quite difficult. When she saw that we were struggling to follow her rule, and it was not easy, Brother Nashi, just to convince your client that you would have picked up that you want to have sexual intercourse with him in the car, most of the men would refuse. They would ask, why do you want to have sexual intercourse with me? And she had said that we should do this without using any protection. So most of the guys, they refused, but there were some that agreed. When our boss saw that we were struggling to follow this rule, she bought us this moisturizing lotion called Nivea Q10. Then she said, whenever you have a client in your car, and if your client is a man, you should just take some of this Nivea Q10, then you rub it on your forehead. So I don't know what kind of a potion that was in that moisturizing lotion. Whenever I would rub that lotion on my forehead, those men that will be in my car, if I start to seduce them, none will resist me. Wherever I would go, I was using that Nivea Q10, and there was no man who could resist me if I requested that I wanted to have sexual intercourse with them. So she gave us the rule that whenever you seduce a man, you should never go with that man to his house, or if he say that he wants to go with you to a lodge, you should refuse. You have to make sure that you sleep with that man in that car. Then after sleeping with them, if the man gives you money, you have to give me the money. That is the ritual that we used to do. Whenever we were given money after sleeping with these different men in our cars, we will collect the money. Then we will go and give our lady boss that money. and she wanted each and every single cent. It was like she knew how much money a client would have given to you, because if you try to steal something from her, she would tell you that the money that you have given me, it is missing. So, Brother Nashi, one day I was given a client, and when I looked at that client, he was quite a rich guy. I did everything that I had to do to please him. I seduced him. Then we slept in the car. So after sleeping with the guy car, he pulled out two big bunches of money. So when I looked at those two big bunches of money, I think that greed entered into my heart. Then I stole money that was equivalent to 200 US dollars from that money. Then I went to my lady boss. Then I gave her the rest of the money, but I hid that money that I had stolen from the money that had been given to me by that rich guy. I just hid it in my car. After a few days, I just ran away from my lady boss, thinking that maybe I can start something like a small business. But within a month, I started to feel like I was being followed by something or someone. Each and every night, I was having nightmares. Now I can't even fall asleep, because it is more like whenever I am sleeping, there will be someone that will be there in my room. That person will just stand in the corner and staring at me. The moment that I wake up, that person will just disappear. I was starting to see scary things that wanted to attack me whenever I was alone. Now, the problem that I am having, Brother Nashi, I need help. The reason why I have approached you, Brother Nashi, is that, there is this kind of a smell that comes out whenever you open a tin of pilchards. That tinned fish. That is the kind of a smell that comes out of my private parts. The most strange thing about this smell, it only happens if I am with a client, or maybe if I am sitting in public in a place where I'll be seated around people. If I just sit around people, that smell will just come out and everyone will be looking at me. But if I am in a place whereby I'll be alone, that smell will just disappear. I have gone to different pharmacies and I have bought different soaps, thinking that if I use those soaps from the pharmacy, maybe the bad smell will go away. But whenever I am with someone, especially if it is a man, that smell like tinned fish will just come out of my private parts. I can't do anything. Brother Nashi, the challenge that I am facing right now is that wherever I go to consult in order for me to get help, I am being told that I was working for a person like my boss lady that I was working with when we were in the prostitution business. She is a person who is involved in this thing called voodoo money ritual. And the mistake that I did, I stole her money. That is the reason why whenever I walk around, there will be someone that will be walking in front of me. And if I am sleeping in my room, sometimes that is why I wake up and there will be someone that will be staring at me. I was told that those are the spirits of the dead that are used by my former boss lady. I was told that if I wanted these spirits of the dead to no longer follow me, I had to go to my former boss lady and apologize to her. When I went back to my boss lady, she said that there was nothing that she could do because she knew nothing about what I was talking about, and the issue that I was apologizing for, she said she didn't even know. She said rather I should go and apologize to God, because God is the one who knows all the sins that I have committed. She said that I have to leave here in peace. I don't want to mention the name of that nightclub because My boss lady's friend is the owner of that nightclub from where I got that rich client. So I am afraid that if I tell you the name of that nightclub, maybe they will come after me. She said that maybe the money that is giving me this bad smell, it comes from that client. She said maybe that client, he is rich because he is associated with dark magic and he just cast a bad spell upon me. So my former boss lady said that I have to go and find this client, but I don't even know how I am going to find this client because my boss lady is the one who gave me this client. I didn't even have a proper look at that rich client because we did everything in the car and it was dark. I don't even know if it was a human being or if it was a demon. Dear listeners, right there was a message that I got from Anonymous. Then I asked one of our admins to give us a translation. Please let us speak with her in the comment section. I'll be back with another episode.